So welcome to a wonderful morning. You can see the sun's rising from there because the light's just over here. So I guess I'm gonna have a feel the full sun effect here by the time we finish. I need my vitamin D anyway. Well, whether you have music on or not, find your place to yourself to be in a still place. Now, this month we're going to practice the Wudang 8 form, and today's class we're just going to do on one side. I will be taking the steps forward, so the steps are actually just 1, 2 steps, and you'll take 3 small steps back from those 2 steps forward. Right? And so then in our seated position, it'd be 1 step back, 2 step back. The 3 steps back will be lift the heel, lift the heel, lift the heel. And I'll try to remember to cue all that as we go through our practice. Our second half is going to be the 5 animals. And these are the 5 animals that we did like, way back, a long time ago. The first 5 animals I was introduced to when Yvonne and I went to the symposium at the Bethune-Cookman University in Daytona, I believe it is. So, creating new memories from old. Let's take a breath in through our nose. Exhale, letting go. The gentle breeze out here today. Another breath in. Exhale. Hands float up to our hearts. Breath in. Sinking down. A little hinge to knee, right, if we're standing. As the hands float up, seated, we lift the heels. 4 toes. You get a 2 for 1 there. And I'll tell you, as long as the weather's like this, we'll be outside, no matter if it's Friday, Saturday. Let's open up the arms. Like the sun's opening up its arms to wrap us in a little more warmth today. Draw, sink. That hug right there, from all of us to all of us. The next hug we know is for those people that bring us positivity and connection. And then our next hug is from you, to you, and for you. So say something good about you. I know there's quite a bit. We're going to reach up to the sky. The clouds are moving by. Feels like they're moving about a mile or 2 an hour. Let your mind just float along with them. Look up, look past your ceiling, your roof. Enjoy the blueness of the sky. One more time. Let the hands come down to rest at waist, to pause, to feel, to breathe. Hands float in, sinking down. Now I think I will be able to step forward a bit here to see better. That's about it. So our first movements, right? So seated, feet as they are. Standing, feet draw together. In the Wudang style, your opening stance, that horse riding stance, is a bit wider than what we usually do. So let's open up the door. Seated, just lift the heel of the left foot, and then let the left heel sink down, as all of us do. And here, the palms of your hands, we're going to draw together. So fingers face the earth, thumb faces the sky. We're going to bring that opened area between your thumb and fingers right there to your belly button. Okay? Now, thumb first, it opens. Fingers peel apart. We open up, sinking down. And this will be, well, since the sun's rising, we're going to hold the sun on our shoulders. Now come to the top and pause here for a moment. Get your middle fingers to touch. They're there. Great. Now sink straight down. We'll do this one a few times. Then we're going to do the footwork, and then we'll bring it all together. All right, so here we go. Fingers touch, thumbs touch. Breathe into the lower dantian. Exhale. Hold the sun on your shoulders. Makes me happy. John Denver, right? Sinking down. Two more times. Breathe in and rise. Exhale, sink down. Inhale and rise. Exhale, sink down. Last time. Inhale. Exhale. Now the next movement, we know it already. It's like the open the door move in Yan style. So reach to me, I'll reach to you. Floating up. Sinking down. Let's do this one just two more times. We know this one well. One more time. Now I'm going to use what natural light we have to the sun side and then away from the sun or to the fence. Okay, so here we go. We're going to rise the arms up. And this movement is like embracing the full moon, but draw it onto the side of the sun. And then we're going to turn it over and go to the side of the fence for the shade. Let's stay here for a few. Now the turning is more than what we usually think of. So it's not over the foot. As a matter of fact, if we can, without any extra tension in the core, is bring it to the side of the leg. And then we draw across. So when you come back to the camera, your arms are at 3 and 9. And then we go back to 12 and 6 on the other side. Let's just give that a go a few times. Just wherever your breath is. Now let's come back to center. Hands sink down. Our feet are apart. We can bring them together. We'll do that. Close the door. That's the first few movements of the Wudang Taiji. Let's go into the footwork. We open the door. Rise. Sink. Rise again. Sink again. One more time. Okay, rise. This time when you sink, we're going to turn to the sun. This will be the movement we just did. Okay, turn away from the sun. Now on the side away from the sun, shift all of your weight there. We're going to come, if we have it, we're going to take our T step. If not, we just take a regular step out. Lift the heel. Bring the foot back in. Take the foot back out into a bow stance. Standing, the back foot's going to come forward slightly. Seated, half of an extension of the other. And then we bring the front foot back in. Seated, feet are side by side. And then we tap the heel to the floor. Step back in, 3 small steps back. Seated, ankles under knees, lift and lower each alternating heel. There's 1 step. There's 2 steps. And standing, if all things equal, that's all of the footwork right there. Very simple. Let's come back to holding the moon. Let's go to the sun side. Okay, just leaving our feet where they are. Let the hands begin to wave like clouds. Just over here to the sun side. Now here in Wudang, waving hands like clouds, the palms of the hands are like they're pressing away. You're giving someone a high five to the side. So the palms press away. Now join me over here away from the sun. We come up and your hand that's below, your middle finger touches the middle of your bicep. The other hand is up like 45 degrees, right? And now from here, we're going to turn towards the sun, and the white crane spreads its wings. So the hand sinks down, and the other palm presses forward right there. Yeah. Now let's wave our hands like clouds again. Hands rise and sink. We turn back to the direction we just came from. This time, brush knees, bottom hand brushes my nose. And there's the push. Now this is where we do that half step I spoke about just a moment ago. Now the palms of the hands draw towards the lower dantian. Do our best to get your pinky fingers and your thumbs together and then open up the rest up. The lotus flower. And we draw into the belly button. Now from here, we're going to open up the arms. And towards the sun side, we play the peepaw. And now we wave our hands like clouds. Now just stay here a few times. It's only 3. So there's 1. Here's 2. Now on the sun side, we're going to hold on to the moon just for a second. And then part the horse's mane away from the sun. The arms sink down. Feet stay upright. Now see if we can bring all of that. Are we doing extra kicking or seated and standing? Here we are. Standing, feet draw together. Crown of the head lifts. Wuji for 3 breaths. We all feel our spines lengthened. We feel our feet supported by the earth. We open the door. Palms of hands face each other, fingers to earth, thumb to sky. Breathe into the lower dantian. Exhale, sink down, open up. Hold the sunshine on your shoulder, makes me happy. Sink it down 1 time. Everybody sinks now. Reach to me, I reach to you. Breath in. Sink down all the way, exhale. No footwork yet. 1 more time, we rise up. Hold the drum on your sun side, or the moon. It's called lion holds the drum. Then we turn away from the sun. This is where we begin all of the. So we root our way to the side with the hands. We'll step into our T step if we have it. And we wave our hands like clouds. Then we take our step towards the sun, still waving hands like clouds. Seated, the foot just extends out. Now seated, the foot draws back in, and we bring the bicep and the fingers to touch. And then the crane spreads its wings. So we do a little step out right here. All right. Wave the hands like clouds again. The foot that's out draws back in. And seated, we'll come out just a one leg extended, brush knee. Now from here, the back foot draws in a half step. So all the weight has to go to the front. And so seated, half a step forward, and then bring the other foot back to meet the one you half stepped out with. And then we bring the hands in, open. We tap the toe of the side we play the peepaw with, away from the sun. Now seated, this is where the ankles come under knees. And standing, we take 3 little steps back. Now wait till the hand comes across and sinks down. That's going to be the side that steps back. So there's 1. Seated, we just lift the heels and lower. Here comes 2. All things equal, you're right back where you began. Here's number 3. Now, as we sink the weight away from the sun, leave the footwork or the weight there. Because here's that moon just for a second. We step to the sun side and we part the horse's mane. Let the arms sink down. And we step back into place. So we did the footwork and the handwork on the other side. We did the full form on the other side. And like teacher likes to say, again. So let's come to Wuji, however that fits you best. Draw the crown up high. Reach past into the clouds. And let's open the door. Feel the weight balance to both legs. Fingers to earth, thumb to sky, breath in just to the belly button. Shoulders heavy, exhale. Hold the sun on your shoulders. Sink it down. Reach to me, I reach to you. There's opening the door. The sun, the arms rise up. When they sink down, they'll go towards the sun side. And so the lion holds the drum on the side with the sun. Float across. Inhale through the nose, exhale through the mouth. Now we're towards the fence side. We shift the weight. The hands begin to wave like clouds as we step in, if we have the step in. We take our step forward. So seated, just take the leg extend out. And now here, step in. Seated, step back, ankles underneath. And so now that way your other foot can step out so the crane spread its wings, right? And then bring that foot right back in for all of us. Wave hands like clouds, breath in. Now we step back out for all of us, brush knee. All the weight goes to the front. Seated with the back foot step forward just a little bit, and then draw the other one back in. So seated, ankles under knees right here. And towards the fence, we all take the step out. Heel touches the floor, toe up. Wave hands like clouds. Remember, the palms press away. So you may feel this external rotation or internal rotation of the thumb towards you. Right now here, ankles under knees. If we're seated, just lift and lower the heel. That's step number 1. Here's step number 2. I really turn my thumbs to face me. I feel the lengthening of the muscle in the back of the shoulder. Here's step number 3. So towards the sun, we part the horse's mane. Arm sinks down. Step back into place. Close the door. Exhale, letting go. Pause. Feel. Breathe. One more time for focus. Nothing's perfect. Well, maybe this weather is right now. Here we go. Open the door. Palms draw towards each other. Breath in. Exhale, let go. Sun on your shoulders. Sink down the warmth of the sun. Reach to me, I reach to you. We rise again. Turning towards the sun side so the lion can brace or hold the drum. Other side. Sink the weight away from the sun. So we step in with the leg that's on the sun side. Wave hands like clouds. Everyone takes the step forward towards the sun. As we step forward with the other foot, seated, bring the foot we stepped out with back into place. So your other one can step out so the crane can spread its wings. And we all bring that same foot back in as we wave our hands like clouds. Breath in. And we step out to brush knee. Now, as we sink our weight forward, seated, bring that foot back. So we can draw the other one forward. We sink back in, pinkies and thumbs draw together, the others open up like we're catching a big softball. Bring everything in. Lay your peapod. Toe to sky, heel to earth. And wave hands like clouds. Now, when the leg that's forward, when that hand goes down, we begin our stepping back for 3 steps. And then seated ankles under our knees, just lift and lower the heel. Here's step number 2. Here comes step number 3. We're going to sink the weight into step number 3 so we can step towards the sun and hold our horses. Arms sink down. We step back into place. Wuji for 3 breaths. Just take a journey through the inside of you. What do you feel? Where? Were you the clouds? Did you really enjoy holding on to the peapod? What kind of song would you play for yourself? Or did you? When the hands opened up before you played the peapod, was that like your wings? And what kind of bird were you? On to our 5 animals. Now, these are the 5 animals that we did like a long time ago. So we're going to start with the tiger. And so tiger means horse riding stance, wherever that stance is for you. I'm going to come closer here to the camera. Let our feet open up. Let's sink the hips back, okay? So standing, we're going to sink down. See, we're already there, right? So when we rise, that means seated, heels rise, or toes. Now let's all sink down. Now go ahead and get your claws out right there. Bring your elbows the height of your shoulders or less. Breath in, a little extension of the spine. That's a beautiful breath in right there, right? Reach to each other, straight to the camera, sinking down. Exhale. Feel the spine round out like a tortoise. The head bows gently, turn the fingers out and away, and then release the tension in the hand. Retract the claws. We rise up with the breath in. Almost like we're going to replicate the movement. Elbows stay down though, right? Claws are out again. Sink down again. But now reach behind you, whatever is behind, maybe behind is straight down. And then we bow a little bit. Exhale, fingers rotate the only way they can. Then release the claws. We drive heels evenly. Breath in. Breath in, breath in. Back to the beginning with the breath in. And sink, reach, bow, exhale. Flex the fingers so we know what tension is. So then we can let go so we know what tension is not. And maybe somewhere in this movement you discover where there's tension that doesn't need to be there and you can breathe through it as we are the tiger because you're great. You knew I had to say that. Open up the shoulders as the thumbs rotate out. We all lift back up. Breath in. Let's go 3 more. As you sink, feel the weight balanced to both legs. We feel the body isn't compensating, shifting left, right, front, or back. As we rise up and down, focus inside to the 8 directions of you. Release the hand, tension, blood out. Sink, letting go. We'll do one more. Wherever you are in the movement, one more time. Here's my last move of tiger. You can wiggle your feet back into place however you like. And pause. Feeling wonderful. And breathe. And float in, sinking down. Now next is dragon. I gotta go back a little bit here because dragon requires a bow stance. And in this one, we're going to alternate our step. So it's no different than what we do in Tai Chi, the bow stance, right? We're going to step out, but then the waist is going to turn the direction of the leg that is extended, right, for dragon. So just as a refresher, right, the bottom arm is going to extend out. The other hand is going to press straight up to the sky. Now this upper arm, we're going to try to do a hard press, which means we're telling our fingers and thumbs to come back. So we feel that opening up in the hand and the forearm. And then we turn to the leg that we extended with. Exhale. And then we'll come back in. The hands collapse to embrace the moon. We'll step back in. And let's begin. To the other side. A breath in. Bow stance. The bottom hand is the foot that steps out. Reach forward, up, turn. Exhale. And we draw ourselves back in. Whatever that step is to be most comfortable for you. It might change as we know left and right. Here we go. Other side. Breath in. Just standing, remember to hinge the knee you step out with and put that foot to the floor. Let's turn. And step, open up. Find the range in the room or in your space, even in your mind space, to be the dragon. But it's still the year of the dragon. Strength, prosperity. In the mythology of the dragon, they go between dimensions. So in our minds, maybe carry yourself to a different dimension, a place that brings you peace. Two more. As we step in with the arms open, sink, find our feet back in a comfortable seated or standing place, and pause. Feel, breathe. So tiger is for your lungs. Strengthen the lungs, open the lungs. Dragon is for kidneys, give a gentle squeeze to the kidneys, and for spine. Next is leopard, happens to rhyme or start with the L. Liver happens to be the organ that is for. Now in this movement, we come back to horse stance. I'm going to stay in horse stance, and I invite you to do the same. Doing this last night, my knee did not like the stepping out, so I'm just going to stay in place. And that one hand draw, my sun side is going to draw up. Now on this one, we're going to sink from side to side. So practice that a little bit, sinking side to side, or lifting heel, lifting heel. Now the bottom hand, stay with me on this one, the bottom hand reaches out to the side. The top hand comes as close to your armpit as possible. And then we're going to turn away from the camera, coming back in, and this is where we sink down, like we're holding a box here, right? So the elbow is tucked in, the palm of the hand is facing up to the sky, and we're going to shift the weight to that side. And so then we're going to lean and press the other direction, as if your back is against the wall. And then release, and now the top hand stays top. Pause for a moment, feel what just happened over here on the side. Let's try the other. We open up, breath in, both arms move in unison. We sink, finishes the inhale. Shift the weight to that side. Exhale, back against the wall. And then come back to center, weight, balance, 50-50. Pause, reset, breath. Open up the spine. Turn, breath in, sink, open up. Shift the weight away from the side you're leaning to so we stay balanced, and then come back to center. Rise. Inhale, sink, exhale. Open up the other side. Breath in. Sink. Whatever range you have, fine by me. I'm sure your body's going, yeah, don't go anymore. Because I can't. Reset breath. Away from the sun. Here we go. Sink, lean, exhale. Release the center. Rise. Sink. Turn, inhale. Two more. I'll be silent. When you finish, the arms just float open. Let the arms sink down, wiggling your toes and heels back into however you like to bring them into place to pause. Feel, breathe. Take a moment to feel what's going on in the armpit area, the ribs, right? Your intercostal muscles, the low back, maybe the strength that's happening in the legs. And how perfect to practice on the balance of yin yang, but to be right here in the very center of sun and darkness, finding our balance. And float in, sinking down. Now here we've done tiger, right? Dragon, leopard, 4 legs. We go to less legs now. Crane. So crane, in the way we learned way back when, was that we're going to step out, tap the toe, swing the foot out and around, and it'll go behind. Now seated, obviously that's not an option, so it just comes right back into place. Right? Then the body, let me change sides here. Then the body is going to lean forward slightly, so we brace with our core, right? And then the arms will be reached out. Standing, the foot's going to be behind. You can keep the toe tapped to the floor, or we do the full movement, which is to curl the leg and take a bow. And then we go. I'm going with 2 options here. I'm going to leave my foot to the floor, or I'm going to do the curl. And somewhere in between is where we find our balance between day and night. Arm movement, very simple. We draw the hands over, cross the hands over the heart. Doesn't matter which form. And then we open up. Here's the crane's wings. So the thumb face back. So we open up more of the chest and shoulder muscle. And then from here, elbows a little bit bent. This is where you'll take the lean forward. Now we want to keep our neck as if it's in a brace, so we're not looking up towards the camera, looking towards the floor. And that would be the finish of the footwork. And then the hands sink down. We'll go to the other side. Speaking of the other side, let's go to the sun side. Let's just do it all. So we take the foot out with a breath in and the hands cross over. We exhale and we open. I'm keeping my foot down close to the earth. So seated feet go side by side. Just lift the heel, but we all take a bow forward and then come back heels under hips. We go again. I'm going to try this side with the foot off the earth. Exhale. A little curl behind and back down you go. We all have our different ranges and breaths and capabilities. So find your balance of the 2. Tapping the toe. Let it touch the floor. Back foot becomes like a kickstand. The front knee hinges. That's where all the weight is, almost anyway. We draw it back to center. Again. Lift the spine. Exhale, we open. What I'm going to do is if I'm seated, I'm just going to bring my heel back side by side. Just lift my heel. It's kind of like a compromise between the other crane movement that we do. Just lifting the heel and lower. Find your balance. Be the crane. As a matter of fact, as we were practicing, there was a crane of some sorts flying high in the sky with its breakfast in its claws. Breath in. Exhale. Taking a bow for yourself. For taking this time for yourself. We've all heard that saying, no matter where you go, there you are. So you might as well be the best that you can be. Becoming the more grand, ultimate version of yourself. That's right. Open. Back to center. 3 more times. find your 3. Counting left and right is 1, 2. Maybe you get 4. Let the feet rest. Let the hands draw up. Bring the sun to your shoulders. Let the hands sink down. Pause. Feel. Breathe. Feel the balance in breath, balance in body. And float in, sinking down. Now, here's something that we've never done before. I invite you to do, of those 5 animals, which animal spoke to you the most? Your body. Which one felt most comfortable? The one that was just like, I got to do that later. Well, it's later. So I invite you to pick the one that you felt most in touch with, whether you want to be a tiger or the prowess of a leopard or the mythical beast itself, the dragon, crane. And do that one as I do the one that speaks to me. My body enjoyed the most, dragon. So maybe by chance, we're all a different animal in a beautiful menagerie. We're all the same, but they're just to find that peace and place. So get in touch with your animal and let's begin. Finding where your breath needs to be, where the tension is and is not, where the script needed. Where would your animal be in the wild? Wherever you are in your movement, I invite you to do 3 more, left and right being 1, 2. Of course, it doesn't matter if I finish my 3 and you're like, well, I'm on number 2 or I'm on number 4. We'll just go with my 3. If I'm done, finish wherever your movement is. Here's my number 3. And when you finished your last gather, sink. And come to pause, feel, and breathe. Lengthen the crown of your head back high to the sky. That place, that focal point in your mind, whether it's a sun that's forever risen, a moon that's forever shining, a mountain that's immovable, or a tree looking as if it's breathing from the rustling of the leaves from the wind. Let your arms sink down, opening up, reaching out, up and over, reaching past your ceiling, looking into the blueness of the sky. Cloaking ourselves in calmness, filling ourselves with peacefulness, linking the spine, the mind, the breath, song the body. Just enough space in between all joints to create a sliver of light to shine through. Last but not least, inviting you to think of those people, places, things, thoughts, and ideas that bring health, healing, hope, and happiness to our mind, our mental energy, to our hearts, our emotional energy, down to your waist, your physical energy. Draw it in, sink it down. Let it infuse all of who and what you are to you, atomic. With that, family, thanks for joining me outside. Thank you for joining me for breakfast. And I hope your day is just as beautiful as this one.